Psychological operations, also known as PSYOPs, are operations to convey selected information and indicators to audiences to influence their emotions and objective reasoning, and ultimately the behavior of governments, organizations, groups, and individuals. That, my friends, I believe is what's going on with Machine Gun Kelly, because this is the only thing that I can think of that explains what the heck is going on with Machine Gun Kelly and the commercial success of his horrible career. His most recent album, Mainstream Sellout. Look how just hideous this album cover is. Everyone's asking me to review it because it's like one of the most popular punk releases of the year. It is pop punk. And I'm just floored by it, and I'm reaching the conclusion that it's got to be a psychological operation, a psyop. In terms of reviewing it, it's very straightforward. You have an album here with Travis Barker, Willow, Lil Wayne, very high quality production. Some pretty dope drumming from Travis Barker, like that boom boom boom, that bass and drum kind of talking back and forth at the very beginning of the album. It sounds great. The ending at the last song, there's also this kind of cool drum breakdown at the end. Like, the production here is pretty good. The riffs are pretty good. You put it together and you have, for a mainstream, highly poppily produced record, you have a pretty above average pop punk record with a lot of big names on it. But then, very simply, you throw Machine Gun Kelly on top, and it's absolutely just ruined. Because Machine Gun Kelly is literally the worst freaking vocalist I've ever heard. He sounds like he literally cannot sing. He sounds like, oh, baby, ah. I cannot even replicate it because it's literally so aggressively auto-tuned, because clearly he's someone who cannot sing, so they need to aggressively auto-tune it to make it sound somewhat digestible, and then it's absolutely horrible. And then, of course, the lyrics are freaking horrendous. The lyrics literally sound like he's a 13-year-old in middle school who's insecure, so he's trying to impress his friends, so he's just dropping a bunch of phrases and terms he saw on the internet that he thinks is supposed to replicate what punk and emo is supposed to somewhat be, even though he has no clue about any of these things, and he's just a huge, transparent dumbass. Every single lyric just makes you want to cringe. It makes you literally want to pause the music. How do you do that? How do you make a record that has so much money going into the production with lots of people? Travis Barker, he's a great drummer. I know he's not very cool. He doesn't work on very cool music projects, but he's a great drummer. You throw him on there, and this would be a better record if Justin Bieber was on the vocals. Because Justin Bieber, his lyrics are incredibly vapid, but at least he can sing on pitch, and of course, there's nothing punk about Justin Bieber, but the number one way to ruin an album is to have someone sing on it from start to finish who literally cannot sing. And that's what they did. They put Machine Gun Kelly, the least cool dude on the freaking planet, and they put him as the face of the freaking album, as the front man, as the vocalist. Horrible lyrics, horrible singing, cringe dude, and it's like, why? Why is the industry coming together and just doing this? And not only that, oh my goodness, this dude is a freaking pedophile. Machine Gun Kelly's a freaking pedophile. I'm not somebody who likes to go back 10 years in the past and pick some random tweets to try to cancel someone in 2022. However, this is not just like one or two kind of weird tweets. This is like over and over and over and over again. Well, let's take a look at here. At 23 years old, in an interview when asked what his celebrity crush was, he said Kendall Jenner, who was literally 17 years old at the time, and then when they said, "Are you sure about that?" She's 17. He said, "Yeah, I don't care. I don't have to wait till she's 18. I'll do it right now. There's no limit." And then when someone pushed him back for that, he said he literally just had a list of people off his top of his head, like Robert Plant and Axl Rose. Like this dude is a pedophile. If you have a list of like other pedophiles you can point to justify your creepy pedophilia, you're a fucking pedophile. He's got so many tweets about how just one tweet after another about sexualizing like 13-year-olds. Like, what the fuck? Like, this dude is you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Horrible vocalist, horrible lyrics, incredibly cringe, pedophile that they chose to take and put as the vocalist, and he can't sing. Like, what is going on? How is this happening? How does he have tens of millions of monthly listeners? And my only conclusion is this has got to be a psychological operation by the CIA. You try to explain it. Please, someone explain it. Someone try to find an explanation that is more logical than this. Because I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but this is like the only thing that can make sense, is that the CIA They have a long history of doing everything they can to stomp out any sort of revolutionary, radical movements by any means necessary, including psychological operations by infiltrating American culture, possibly dropping a large sum of money, maybe $10 million, which is a large sum of money for any musician, but basically nothing in the budget of the Pentagon and the CIA. Drop $10 million to pay a bunch of industry plants to make a punk record. This is the most popular punk record right now. And what do? They put a horrendous vocalist who's a fucking pedophile as the face of punk, of this new spur of punk. Because that's how Machine Gun Kelly is marketing it as. Like, we're bringing punk back. Woo! And now everyone says, oh, that's what punk is? Punk is some freaking pedophile who can't sing, performing on top of people who are good at guitars and drums. Okay, that kind of is what punk is sometimes. But the point is I think it's just trying to, they're trying to stomp out the punk revolution by doing a psychological operation, by convincing the mass media that punk is like some Machine Gun Kelly crap. Someone please explain to me, how is our society allocating so many resources to something as horrendous as this disgusting record with this disgusting freak as the vocalist, with a lot of money going into marketing this? How is our society that? I mean, it's either a psychological operation or we just live in a society full of dumb motherfuckers who listen to this crap because they enjoy it, which I don't think so. I do not think so. If that is the case, then I am literally going to pack up all my bags and move to the middle of nowhere in Canada and just never talk to any other human being again, because I don't want to live on a planet where everyone is dumb enough to find this music remotely entertaining. I would literally rather it be a CIA psyop than the reason this music exists because people want to listen to it. And why the fudge was he in the movie Jackass? That's like, Jackass is literally a punk movie. It's obviously to make fun of him, but you get what I'm saying? Is it all adds up. It's like, it doesn't make any sense until you put the CIA psyop narrative into it. So that's my theory on Machine Gun Kelly. Obviously, this album is, I mean, if there's an album that literally makes me believe it's a CIA conspiracy theory, it's so bad, then that's how you know it's bad. And I wonder if Anthony Fantano's in on it too. That's all I gotta say, folks. Machine Gun Kelly, you're not real punk. You are trying to stymie the punk revolution by being a horrible person. But enjoy your CIA money. Punk revolution now. Thanks for everyone watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and join the real punk revolution.